Okay guys, so in this lesson we're going to take a look at some matrix operations, and so we're going to be looking at how to add, subtract, and multiply matrices without using the calculator. Okay, so the first little section we're going to state the dimension of the matrices. So when we state a dimension, it's always rows by columns. So we have 2 rows and 2 columns. This is going to be a 2 by 2. We have 1 row, 3 columns, so this is going to be a 1 by 3. And then we have 3 rows and 3 columns, so this is going to be a 3 by 3. Now, in order to add and subtract matrices, they have to be the same dimension, okay? So as we can see, these are both 2 by 3s, so we can add and subtract them. So if you can't, if they're not the same dimension, you just say not possible. Okay, so A plus B. So when we multiply, when we add and subtract matrices, this has to, your row and column entries have to be, that's what we're going to be doing the operation to, the same entries. Okay, so the first row, first entry of this one plus the first row, first entry of this one. Okay, so 1 plus 3 is 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. Negative 2 plus a negative 5 is a negative 7. 4 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus a negative 7 is a negative 7. 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, so we just added those 2 matrices together. Now if we subtract, we're going to do 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. Negative 2 minus a negative 5 is 3. 4 minus 0 is 4. 0 minus a negative 7 is 7. 5 minus 2 is 3. Okay, now we're going to do 3a minus 4b. Now, we're multiplying by a number that's called scalar multiplication. So what I would do first is I'm going to do 3 times 1, 3, negative 2, 4, 0, 5, like that. And I'm going to do a negative 4, 3, 1, negative 5, and 0, negative 7, and 2. So what I would do is I'm going to distribute this 3 to every entry that we have. Okay, so we get 3, 9, negative 6, 12, 0, and 15. I'm going to distribute a negative 4. Okay, I just like to go ahead and distribute the negative. I make less errors whenever I go ahead and distribute the negative instead of just distributing a 4. So I get negative 12, negative 4, 20, 0, 28, and negative 8. Okay, so that's called scalar multiplication. We're just multiplying out a number. Okay, so now we're going to add them together. 3 minus 12 is a negative 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. Negative 6 plus 20 is 14. 12 plus 0 is 12. 0 plus 28 is 28. 15 minus 8 is 7. Okay, so that's your final answer. Okay, on to the next page. So just like what we just did, we're going to do negative 2a. So we're going to do some scalar multiplication. So we're going to take a negative 2 and we're going to multiply it by the 1, 3, 3, 4. Okay, so we get negative 2, negative 6, negative 6, and negative 8. Yep, and that's it. Nothing more to it. 4a minus 3b. So we're going to do 4 times the A matrix minus 3 times the B matrix. Okay, so when I distribute this 4 out, I get 4, 12, 12, and 16. Want to distribute a negative 3 out. 3, negative 12, 0, negative 6. Now I'm going to add them together, and I get 7, 0, 12, and 10. Okay, so make sure you're just adding and subtracting using the corresponding entries. Okay, 6a plus 7b. So 6 times the A matrix plus 7 times the B matrix. Okay, so distribute that 6 out to everything. So 6, 18, 18, and 24. Negative 7, 28, 0, and 14. Okay, so we add these together. 6 plus negative 7 is a negative 1. 18 plus 28 is 46. 18 plus 0 is 18, and 24 plus 14 is 38. Yeah, 38. Okay. And that's all we do there. Now, matrix multiplication gets a little more complicated. Okay, so first step when we do matrix multiplication is we're going to write down the dimension of the first matrix. So this is going to be a 2 by 2. Okay, and then this is going to be a 2 by 3. Okay, now in order to have matrix multiplication go through and make it possible, the middle two numbers have to be the same. Okay, so your result is going to be a 2 by 3 matrix. Now, we're going to be doing something called dot product as we go. So it's going to be a lot of mental math. So when we do matrix multiplication, we're going to do rows by columns. So what we're going to do is we're going to do negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. Plus a negative 4 is a negative 8. So that's called dot product when you multiply and add. Okay, 4 times 3 is 12, plus 0 is 12. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 minus 12 is 8. Okay, now we're going to go to the next rows by columns. So 1 minus 6 is going to be a negative 5. Negative 1 times 3 is a negative 3 plus 0 is a negative 3. So I did that. And negative 1 times 5 is a negative 5. Minus 18 is going to be a negative 23. Okay? And that is how we do matrix multiplication. Let me just double check that really, really quick just to make sure we got the right answer. 2 by 2. 4, 2, 1, 3. Edit 2 by 3. Negative 1, 3, 5. Negative 2, 0, negative 6. Times matrix speed. Negative 8, 12, 8. That's right. Okay, cool. Next one. So this is going to be a 2 by 3. And this is a 2 by 2 matrix. Now, we see that the middle numbers do not match, so we say not possible. If you were to put this in the calculator, it would say like improper dimensions or dimension error. Okay, so we just write not possible. Okay, now next one we got a 3 by 3. And we got another 3 by 3. So the resultant is going to be a 3 by 3. Okay, so we're going to start and we're going to do rows by columns. So we're going to do 7 plus 0 minus 14. So 7 minus 14 is a negative 7. 7 times 0 is 0. Negative 24 plus 18 is a negative 6. Okay? And then this row by this column. So negative 35 minus 21 plus 12 comes out to be a negative 44. Okay, now we're going to do this row by this column. 0 times 0 is 0. 8 times 8 is 64. 64 plus 9 is 73. Whoa, wait, I skipped one. I skipped it. Sorry, I skipped it. This row by this column. So 0, 0, negative 7. 0, 64, and 9. 64, 9, 73. Okay. And then 0 times negative 5 is 0. 56 plus 6 is 62. Okay. And then we're going to do final row and those columns. So 8 plus 0 plus 42. 42 plus 8 is 50. Okay. 0 times 8 is 0. 48 minus 54 is negative 6. And then negative 40 plus 42, that's 2. 2 minus 36 is a negative 34. And try your best to do this without a calculator. I know they're sometimes large numbers and a lot of numbers to keep track of. Just make sure you get the correct answer on that. Okay, next one, we got a 2 by 2 and a 2 by 2. So the result is going to be a 2 by 2. So when we multiply matrices, we're always going to do rows by columns. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 10 is 18. Negative 6 plus 2 is a negative 4. Okay, 0 times 4 is 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 times a negative 3 is 0 plus 1. So that's our answer. Next one, we got rows by columns. So this is 3 by 2. And this is going to be rows by columns. So it's a 2 by 3. They match up. So our result is a 3 by 3. Okay, so rows by columns. So 1 times 4 is 4, plus 0 is 4. 3 plus 0 is 3. Negative 2 plus 0 is negative 2. Okay, 0 minus 2 is a negative 2. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. Okay, last one. 8 plus 6 is 14. 6 minus 3 is 3. And negative 4 plus 15 is 11. Okay. Okay, next one we got a 2 by 3. And then we got 3 by 1. Okay, so result is going to be a 2 by 1 matrix. Okay, so we're going to do rows by column. So 8 plus 12 is 20, plus 2 is 22. And 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0, so negative 5, like that. And the last one, 2 by 2. And rows by columns. So 2 by 2, rows by columns. So this is not possible. Okay, and that's all of the example problems. Now, what I want to take a look at real quick is how to enter this stuff into the calculator. So for our next lesson. Okay, so let's go back to this example up here. Now, your matrix menu, you're going to do second matrix, and you have all these matrices right here. I like to deal with A and B and C. Okay, you're going to go to edit. So the first matrix I'm going to put in there is matrix A. Okay, so it's a 2 by 2, and we do 1, enter 3, enter 3, enter, and 4. I'm going to quit. I'm going to enter matrix B into there, and it's a 2 by 2 also. And it doesn't matter what it's called up here. Just know that you're storing it in matrix B. So we get -1, 4, 0, and 2. Okay? And we quit. Now, if I want to do, say, something like 6A plus 7B, I'm going to do 6, and I'm going to call it matrix A. Matrix A, you go second matrix menu, and you choose whatever matrix, plus 7 matrix, and I'm going to choose matrix B. And I get the same answer I got on the paper. Okay? Now, if you're multiplying it, it works the same way. You just put the multiplication symbol. Okay? So like on this, so say let's do this top one where we had some crazy numbers. So we're going to put a 3 by 3 in there. They're both 3 by 3s. So 7, -3, 2, 0, 8, 1, 8, 6, -6. I'm going to quit. Matrix, the second one, matrix B, we're going to put 3 by 3. And we're going to do 1, 0, -5, 0, 8, 7, -7, 9, and 6. Make sure you hit enter after every time you do it. Okay? So when we do that, we're going to multiply matrix A times matrix B. And I should get the same, yep, same answer. Okay? Sorry, the shadow's a little. Okay? So we're going to get better at this as we go. Hopefully that was all on camera. Sorry if none of it was. My bad if it wasn't. So that's been matrix addition, subtraction, and multiplication by hand. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to do determinants and use RREF to solve systems of equations. Thanks, and have a good night.